First day on track for the entire Carlton football squad yesterday at Icon Park, an open session, a lot of fans out there in the glorious sunshine, and they were there to see the recruits, and one of those is Mitch McGovern, who joins us on the Breakfast Club this morning. Good morning, Mitch.
Morning, lads. How are we?
We are very well, mate. How'd you go yesterday with the faithful rocking up to see you in action, or even though you're a little bit off in light duties, how'd you go yesterday?
Yeah, no, it was good. Like I said, it was a beautiful sunny day and a good turnout for our first open session. Bit light on duties, like you said, but it's still good to actually get out and meet a few of the blue baggers. Now,
it's sort of like the first day of school scenario. Now, you've hung around the boys a bit in the build-up, I'm sure, but being out there on track and being in the view of the faithful, knowing what they expect or what they've yearned for in the last decade or so, the Blues, it's been a tough decade. Did you feel any pressure?
No pressure at all. I guess you play each week. Out on the main stage, that's when you sort of feel the pressure. But training out here, obviously, there's high expectations of what I'm sort of going to bring into the footy club and what I'm going to be capable of, and what hoping can happen with the list that we have. So there's no pressure this time of the year for us. At the moment, it's just trying to get as fit as we can and put our best foot forward for round one.
Mitch, one of the intriguing things about you is where you play, because I think, when Dylan Shield goes to Essendon, he's going to be a midfielder. When Jesse Hogan goes to Fremantle, he's going to be a forward. What are you going to be?
I'm not too sure, actually. My preference is forward. I played at Adelaide under David Teague as forward. But I've had a couple of chats as well with Bolt and a couple of boys at the club. But their site for me is pretty similar to the positions that I played in Adelaide. Can be tall, can be small, and if need be, down back. So, yeah, more than open to any position on the ground.
I was interested in some of your comments you've made just recently about your brother winning the Premiership and how that's affected you and essentially how it's now going to drive you. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, well, like you know, I missed the opportunity to play in a granny a couple of years ago, and then to see Jezza play and get the ultimate success, it was so special for me and my family that it's just given me that extra kick just to try to help Carlton Footy Club and myself to try to get back to that position and hopefully get a chance to win one. So it's a pretty rare opportunity to play, let alone win a granny, and I'm hoping that in the next few years we can get the opportunity to do that.
One more from me before Jimmy asks you plenty of questions, I'm sure. But just that whole thing about not playing with your brother, because the feeling was that there at one point that you were going to play with your brother, that whether that be at Freo, at West Coast, or wherever it was going to be, that was going to happen. How close was it, or was it never on the agenda?
It was always on the agenda. Jeremy and I, we wanted to play together. Just for simple reasons, it just didn't work out for us. We both flirted with ideas of going across to Fremantle. We both flirted with ideas of playing at West Coast together, and also him coming to Melbourne as well. So, unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but that's just the life of footy, and that's how it is, really.
So, Jeremy, why Carlton?
Just the main reasons are David Teague's here, and I have such much respect for him. The way he's operated and the way he gave me my opportunity at Adelaide, that was the main reason to come across. And also knowing it's a Big Four club, I really wanted to, when I was younger, I wanted to be drafted to Melbourne. I wanted to play in Melbourne, the heart of footy. So to get the opportunity to play at a Big Four club like Carlton and at the G in front of the big crowd, especially round one, that's sort of the main reasons I wanted to come across.
I know you've only just got there, but when you play at another club and then you arrive, you have some preconceived ideas of some players. He might be a bit of a tool or a bit of a flog, or he's a bit fat and lazy. But when you get up close and you get to know him, has anyone shocked you or surprised you?
No, I think Charlie Curnow surprised me a lot. The boys sort of butted me up to sort of feel that he's a bit flat out, a bit of a turbo. I wasn't too sure how I'd go with that, but he lived up to his expectations from the boys. So he's a live wire, Charlie. He just doesn't stop all day. So it's amazing that he can actually operate for 10 hours of the day. He's that flat out.
And the ankle? For you, how's that all tracking? Will we you be modified until after Christmas, or it's all tracking well for round one?
Yeah, tracking pretty well at the moment. Too easy going now after the surgery, so should be my thoughts would be I'll be training by Christmas and ready around and go by round one.
What have you made of Bolts so far, Mitch? You've worked with Don Pike over there in Adelaide, of course, but what have you made of Bolts?
Yeah, no, he's been really good. Had dinner and caught up with him last week. He's been fantastic for me already, just my short couple of weeks here at the club. He's very open and honest with everything that he wants from you and what he expects, which is perfect. So there's no grey areas with him. But the one thing I've noticed with him that he's so passionate about this footy club and us boys here and wanting us to get better. So I think he's the right man for the job. He's definitely on our side with everything that we're doing. So I'm very excited with the direction that the club's going.
I was going to ask you that it's obviously easy that pre-season when you haven't played a game, you haven't lost, you haven't won. It's all very bullish. Can you sense from the playing group that they feel that this is the time for Carlton to turn things around?
Yeah, I really do, and that was a part of my decision. That speaking to a few of the boys that I knew here before, so Cripper, obviously captain now, and Doherty as well, that they both felt and they had the passion, they had the, I guess, the drive, and I don't know what else you'd call it, but they think that they're in the right direction now. The rebuild's sort of done. They've done all the hard work, and I think now's the time for the change. And I honestly think from watching them play early round last year, being within a few goals within the last quarter of Richmond, who were an unbelievable footy team, and a couple others as well, that they're actually right up there. So now the playing group and myself are pretty confident that we'll bounce back and be heading up from here.
Well, the faithful will be pleased to hear that. They were there in force yesterday, as I said before, watching the first full training session for the boys. And they're very much excited about watching you in action in Navy Blue in 2019. Good luck, mate. We appreciate your time. We'll look forward to catching up through the season.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Thanks for having me.